Hi, it's David Chinelli here from Royal LePage Signature. I thought I'd take a few minutes out of your time and explain what's happening in the real estate market. The reason being too is if you are just taking the media's point of view from it, it's always going to be doom and gloom no matter what market you're in. So let's actually look at the numbers and go forward from there, and we'll explain a little bit what actually is happening in the market as opposed to just trying to sell doom and gloom. Okay, so as of today, October 5th, 2017, we have 18,600 listings on Trip. So what does that mean for you? Now, if you look back in January and February, we had about 5,000 houses for sale, or total listings for sale. And what that translated, as you can imagine, in a large economy that we have here in Toronto, that was a super seller's market. Only 5,000 units for sale. It's kind of crazy, right? Whereas, usually a balanced market in Toronto, you're looking at about 22,000 houses up for sale or units up for sale. So, as of today, we have, like I said, at 18,600. We still have a little bit of a seller's market, but we're getting closer now to a balanced market. So, what is the media talking about when they're saying that the real estate market's gone down? If you compare September of last year to September of this year, there's actually two things you should be looking at. The sales volume and also the dollar value, the average sales. So those two are the ones we actually look into, and those ones hold a little bit more water and see what's actually happening in the market. But just by taking them in a silo, it's hard to actually see what's happening in the market if you don't understand what's happening, what the other numbers mean, the significance behind them. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Okay, so the number they've been harping about on the market was 35.1% decrease in total sales volume. Okay, so if I heard that in total amount of sales, I'd be a little worried as well. Well, 35% decrease, what does that mean? Well, in September of this year, 2017, we had 6,379 sales. Whereas last year, we had 9,830 sales. Okay, so obviously there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, the 35%. But if you recall, we just talked about it earlier, in September of last year, we had a seller's market, which means that the sellers had a little more power and houses were selling a lot faster. So there was, as soon as houses were on the market, they would sell. So you got to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt and understand where the market's coming from and where these numbers are coming from as well. Now, the second stat we talked about is average price sale. Now, to me, as a homeowner, that means a little bit more than the amount of houses sold. So if I'm on my street and there's no houses that are actually for sale and none of them sold, I don't mind. But if I know my next door neighbor sold last year and he sold, say, for $1 million, but my neighbor this year sold for 1.1, the dollar value means more to me than the actual number sale. Okay, so let's look at those dollar values. Let's see how our numbers are working for us, the average sale. So in 2017 of September, the average sale in all the GTA was $775,546. Okay, it's a good number. If you compare it to last year where we had that seller's market, the average sales price was $756,021. That's a big increase as well, you can imagine. So we've increased 2.6% in that time frame. And if you look actually compared to last month as well, that's also, you see, how are we doing for dollar sales there? We've also increased 5.9% from last month. So last month, average sales were $732,292. Again, so if you look at both of those, yeah, our sales volume might be going down, but as you see, the actual sales prices are going up. So I wouldn't call it doom and gloom. I think we're just getting closer now to a balanced market, and that's exactly where we should be right now. If you're breaking down the whole market, there's 4 segments in which we like to segment the Toronto real estate market into, and that's detached homes, semi-detached homes, townhouses, and condos. So there's one segment out of those 4 which are blowing all the others out of the water. And can you imagine which one it is? Largely driven by the downtown market, it's obviously the condo market. Now, let's look at the condos. How have they been doing in the last year, or how did they do this past month compared to other segments in the market? Okay, so condos. The volume has also decreased. Now, we talked 35.1% of the overall decrease, but the condo market is slightly lower. It's only at a 27.5% decrease. Again, still down from last year where we did have a hotter market, but again, we got to take it with a grain of salt because of that, the hotter market. So that's overall the GTA. But if we look at average sales, which to me, again, as I talked to earlier in the segment, I think to me that holds a little bit more water than the actual sales volume. Now, average sales for September for 2017 for the whole GTA was $520,411. That's a total increase from last year of 23.2%. That is a big jump. That is a huge jump. And if you just look at the 416 area code, you look at the total average, the average sale price was $554,069. That's 24% increase from last year. So think of it this way. If you invested in a condo last year in September and you paid $100,000 for that condo, today your condo could sell for $124,000. That's a huge, huge increase. So again, when they are talking about the condo market or they are talking about the real estate market, you have to know your numbers. Just as indicated here, the 416 and the 905 also have their different numbers. So you got to look when they're talking about the Toronto Real Estate Board, which numbers are they talking about? All right, are they talking about all the GTA? Are they talking just about the 416? Are they talking about condos? Are they talking about detached? Are they talking overall? So you got to be a little leery when they're giving these generalizations, right? Unless they have a little bit of numbers behind them and you can actually walk through them. So if you have any questions what these numbers actually mean, I do have a full detailed report from the Toronto Real Estate Board. You can actually break it down into the type of home that you might be living in and also the type of segment you're in. So anyway, I just want to say reach out. If you have any questions, please feel free either to call me at 416-876-9998 or you can always email me at dchinelli@royallepage.ca. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully this was a little bit informative for you and you have a wonderful day. Talk soon.